So I guess my man Earl Spence had something to say about the whole Miller situation. And pretty much what he said was that, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much that he thinks it's over for that kid. And he needs to basically find another occupation that, with his size, maybe what he can do is he can go out there and become a bouncer or a bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? Because it's over for him. And I'm gonna have to disagree, man. I'm gonna have to disagree. I don't understand why people are saying it's over for him. You know what I'm saying? I understand with him, it's kind of like been a back-to-back type of situation. You just got caught dirty, and then you get caught dirty again. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that, but we've seen other people get caught multiple times as well. It might not have been back-to-back, but we've seen them get caught multiple times. Povetkin got caught back-to-back. Povetkin got caught when he was going to fight Wilder, right? And then his next fight, when he was going to fight, he got caught again. So Povetkin got caught back-to-back. Yeah, Povetkin still fought. You know what I'm saying? I understand that he was able to fight in Russia a couple of fights. But then after that, boom, they were able to put him right back on the scene. So if somebody like Povetkin can get caught back-to-back, I don't even know how many times that dude's been caught using performance enhancers. Then, straight up, why would it be over for Miller? Dillian White has got caught on multiple occasions as well. And it hasn't been over for him. There've been a lot of guys who, this type of thing has happened to. So I honestly, I don't see it as being, quote, over for him. Even Tyson Fury technically has got caught multiple times. He got caught with PEDs, then he got caught with stimulants, with cocaine and other things in his system as well. He got caught once trying to cheat with gloves, where they made him take his gloves off and replace his gloves. He's been caught in a whole bunch of things, but it hasn't been over for him either. Like I said before, I think it was a situation where I don't know, if he had a certain regiment that he used to do before, and he started something new when it came to, fighting Anthony Joshua, because he really wanted to be on point and on peak when it came to that fight, and it just didn't work out, and he got caught up, he got his time mixed up, or whatever it is, because, they do those randoms. They do those random tests. Or something like Dillian White, he got caught with that little speaker on talking to his promoter, Eddie Hearn, and basically what he said was like, man, it was a 1 in a million, chance of blah, blah, blah. Basically, it was whatever he took, there was only a 1 in a million chance of him getting caught, and he got caught. And he got caught, using whatever it is that he was using. And these guys actually, someone like him, he actually went into the fight having used the substance and fought somebody. Someone like a Tyson Fury got caught with went into the bout, with those substances in the system. They both did that, yet they're still good. They're still fighting. 6 months, they're still fighting. So I don't think you can necessarily say it's over for him or that he should shut his career down and all this other stuff. He just, it's going to be harder for him to build up. That's all. It's going to be hard for him. It might be hard for him to get back up to this situation. Because Top Rank might just be like, yeah, serve your 6 months or whatever it is that you got to serve and come right back and let's go. It might be that type of situation when it comes to him. Because, they have a lot of people on their roster that have been caught with stuff. You got someone like Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is filled with people on his roster that have been caught using. Riddled with people that have been caught. So, so I don't see why he wouldn't. I don't see why he wouldn't. Canelo Alvarez got caught with something. He still got his $300 million contract from DAZN. He still got a $300 million plus contract from DAZN. So if all these people can get caught and, they can still be good, then hey, why not Baby Miller? So do I personally think his career is over? I say no, I don't think his career is over. I think he just needs to chill for 6 months, and then he's going to probably be down for 6 months, and then come back and, he's going to have to try to fight without that stuff in his system. And I know people are sitting there saying, oh, how the, you just got caught. How the hell do you, end up doing this and have all this stuff in your system? Yo, talk to them bodybuilders, man. That like those pro bodybuilders and everything. That stuff is addictive, yo. You get addicted to that stuff. You're used to having it into your system. When you work out, the aggression that you have, the energy that you have, the fire that you have in your system. A lot of these bodybuilders, one of the reasons why they look like complete trash after they're done with competition is once they get off that stuff, man, they don't even have the eagerness to go lift anymore. So they just don't even do anything. So they wither down to nothing, But they still all that extra muscular, fibers they got from those, the things that they were taking. All that stuff is still in their system. This dude is a fucking moron, man. Why are you reversing? Wow, man. Yeah, but they all that stuff is still in their system, but they look like trash. But it's pretty much because of them not working out. If they still went in there and they pushed it hard and actually knew how to train, because most of them don't know how to train, they would actually keep a lot of that mass. Believe it or not, even being off the stuff, they would still keep a large portion of that mass. Like back in the day, the old school dudes, that's what they used to do. They'll build a physique first without it, and they'll get on it. They'll get even more size, and they'll get off it, and they'll keep, they'll just lose just a little bit and just keep most of what they kept on. So I mean, but so when it comes to somebody like Miller, you don't have that same energy, you don't have that same fire, you don't have that same will, you don't have all that stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? He might just F this, man. I'm hopping back on. I need that. You know what I mean? He might just be somebody that he just needs it. He needs it to be where he wants to be. He needs it. He needs that in his system. He needs that fire. Addiction. At this point, he's probably just addicted to having it in his system. You see how hyped up he always is. You're always feeling as good as you are. And he's been using this stuff for years. For years. He got caught. When he was a kickboxer, he got caught using this stuff. So it's not like he just started using it for the Anthony Joshua fight. He's been using this for years. This is what has built his performance up to where it is. This is what's guided him to the level that he's at right now. So regardless, even though he got caught, to think that, I'm just gonna, all right, I gotta just get off this right now. He's not gonna do it. He let how many millions of dollars go away? He literally could have fought Anthony Joshua and said, F it, I'm gonna get off the stuff, I'm not gonna take a chance, make $15 million facing Anthony Joshua. Then after that, he still contractually was set up where they had to pay him a certain amount of money for other fights that were coming up. So at that point, he was good. You could do those other fights. They're not gonna have you fight anybody serious probably. Or just have your fights in the UK after that fight with Anthony Joshua. Go fight in the UK. Then you can actually utilize that stuff. That's why, for me personally, I think he's not going to be able to get off that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I also don't think his career is over. But I think what he's going to need to do, if possible, see if he can get, if he can fight like in Saudi Arabia or whatever it is, if they're having any kind of events over there, or fight in the UK. He needs to try to get back with Eddie Hearn. I think that's his biggest thing. If he can get out of that Top Rank contract, he needs to try to get back with Eddie Hearn and see if he can get these fights popping off in the UK. Because then he's free to use something. He can use something if he's in the UK and be all right. He probably can get therapeutic exemptions and everything. So then he can just take that test or whatever it is, growth hormone, and just get those levels up, and he'll be able to box. I think the only person, I don't feel bad for him though, the only person I feel bad for is his mother. You know what I'm saying? You had the opportunity to retire your mother, man. To make it so she's just good for the rest of her freaking life. Don't have to worry about nothing. You had that opportunity. And instead of taking advantage of that opportunity, you decided to put this BS into your system. I don't know, man. And then on top of that, everything goes bad and you do everything that you do with your social media accounts and everything, you just shut everything out? Like, really? That's what you decide to do? Oh boy, it is what it is. To each his own. Like, subscribe, share. I'm out.